Brigadier General from the Air Force, and Gordon Chang, an amazing China expert. He's the author of The Coming Collapse of China and the Great U.S.-China Tech War. But I saw this tweet this morning from you, Gordon Chang, and I really got very super nervous. Pray with all your heart. We're about to face the unimaginable. Gordon, it's not April Fool's. What's going on here, man? How are you? Welcome both, gentlemen. What are you talking about?
Well, thank you. What I'm talking about is that Xi Jinping talks about war all the time. So does the Chinese military. But more important, Xi is getting Chinese society, both civilian and military, ready for war. He is mobilizing China's civilians, Chinese industry, Chinese agriculture, and we could be at war at any time. And it's not just that Xi Jinping wakes up one morning and says, we're attacking Taiwan. It could very well be one of these dangerous intercepts in the global commons goes horribly wrong. And the Chinese political system right now is configured only to give the most hostile answers, which means they're not backing down even when they're 100% wrong.
All right. Well, Gordon, I'm actually, General, we could beat China in a war right now, today, right?
Militarily, that is true at this time. The problem is the cost of that war keeps going up and up and up as we let the Chinese gain the advantage, not just militarily, but diplomatically. If we look in places like Europe, Central America, South America, they are doing what we used to do in the old days. They're gaining coalitions. They're using their money to gain influence. They're outmaneuvering us in the global commons economically. What does that translate to? A coalition of some future kind in a war with us. We can take China militarily. Greg, we cannot take the entire world on at one time. And we're being weakened, and China's taking advantage right now. And we have to take this very seriously. Gordon's exactly right.
All right, can I see Gordon's tweet one more time, please? Because I want to ask you, we're about to face the unimaginable. Now, Gordon, I can imagine war. I mean, I was in the Iraq invasion. I witnessed that. I know what war looks like. So I can imagine that. Is this war going to be worse? I mean, what do you mean by unimaginable?
Yeah, can be a very different war. So, for instance, we probably won't know when the war begins because China's going to be spreading a disease. They learned a lot about COVID-19 and how it affected American society. They're going to do the same thing on Taiwan and in the United States. Also, we have all of these males of military age unaccompanied by family groups that are coming into our southern border. These are saboteurs, Ministry of State Security agents or People's Liberation Army. And these are the guys who are going to be attacking our grid, poisoning our water, assassinating officials, detonating bombs in shopping centers. And the war is going to be fought on the first day on American soil. Plus, by the way, China's going to use nukes in all probability, which means this war is not going to stay conventional.
Okay, I thought you would allay my fears. That has not happened. I'm doubly worried. But all right, let me ask you, General. Maybe we should start thinking first strike. Maybe we should not wait for China to make the move. I mean, look, we have a military. I know you're not supposed to say we attack first, but maybe we should attack first. I mean, we're just talking here. It's just a talk show, but maybe we should talk. Maybe we should preemptively attack, General.
I don't see how we win in a first strike situation. The problem is our enemy is the CCP. It's not the Chinese people. So we could go take out a country like we would do in our normal wartime doctrine. What you would do is effectively defeat the Chinese people. You would not defeat their command and control or the regime itself. We are vulnerable right now. What we need to start doing is hardening our cyber systems. We need to decouple our relationship with China. We need to untangle ourselves. We need to start to extirpate ourselves from the Chinese operatives we know in our country. We need to discover whether this administration is compromised or not. And if they are, take immediate action to defend ourselves. But going at China and the Chinese people won't net us much. But we, as an open and democratic society, are open to having our cyber systems, our infrastructure, our way of life, our democracies completely torn down through hybrid warfare before it ever gets to war. And when we show how great the United States military is, boom, we're off to the nuclear side of this because the Chinese PLA will be backed into a corner.
All right, now you said if they're compromised, if the Biden administration is compromised, which it definitely seems to be, I mean, it's clear to me, and we have to defend ourselves. Well, what do you mean by that?
But what I mean is that First off, I'll give the administration their due. Innocent until proven guilty. I believe in the Constitution and I believe in due process. However, if we have an administration that is in some way, through a laptop or whatever else, compromised by China, we're on a razor's edge with China right now. We have to immediately make that the priority in Congress, not just do theater, but actually hold the national security team to account. Start to protect ourselves from external influences that could be undermining our security here at home.
Understood. All right, Gordon, I only have 10 seconds left. Anything to be optimistic about?
He's the infiltrator.
We're the United States of America, and as long as we have officers like General Holt, I'm optimistic.
Unfortunately, he's retired. he's no longer in the military. Maybe we can fix that somehow. Oh, yeah. All right, well, let me see the tweet one more time. The most important part of this tweet, and I think we can all embrace it, is pray hard, right? See the tweet? Absolutely. I'm going to say, yes, let's pray with all of our hearts. Thank you, gentlemen. I'll be right back.